The president announced that he was not going to continue the DACA program. He was going to pull the plug on the DACA program. Well, kind of, but really just send it to Congress and let them decide whether they're going to continue this. I'll give them 6 months to do so. I don't know, what's it been, 6 weeks or so? What's going on? Has Congress acted and they've passed legislation and put it on his desk?
Congress has not acted, which is not unusual, right? It is not surprising. No. But I think that what Trump did when he announced this 6 weeks ago was that he started a chain of 6 months of anxiety for DACA recipients, these kids who were brought to this country who were given temporary work authorization and deportation relief in 2-year increments. You know, these people, a lot of them had to scramble to apply for DACA. And remember, like a few weeks ago, we had the hurricanes in Florida and in Texas and the PR. So it left a lot of people, something like 32,000 people who qualified to apply for DACA within the 6-month period. They couldn't apply.
Oh.
And that's nationwide. I'm not entirely sure what the statistics are for just Texas and Florida and the PR, but I'm sure it's a
But they couldn't get in because they were otherwise preoccupied, you mean? Or
otherwise preoccupied with a hurricane, yes.
Yeah.
And what Congress is now doing, and I think that there is a bipartisan effort to make Dreamer legislation the top priority. Especially for the Democrats, this is one of their top priorities, if not the top priority right now, to find a permanent fix for Dreamers. And I think that some Republicans are on board with this. Right now, we have about 6 different bills going on. We have the RAC Act, which is the Recognizing America's Children's Act, which is sponsored by Republicans that would give legal status at some point to undocumented Dreamers. There's the Clean Dream Act, which is just, legal pathway to citizenship. After like 4 or 5 years, you get to go on that path to become a green card member first, and then citizenship, which is what Democrats are pushing. And then you have these various other ones where you have to like go serve in the military, like the Enlist Act, and there's just so many bills.
And the clock runs until March, correct?
March 5th, 2018, correct.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to get too wistful about the soul of this country, right? Because we have some pretty dark parts of our soul.
Indeed.
But one of the things that I thought, this isn't necessarily DACA related, but I'll get there. But when the travel ban went into effect and you saw the people showing up at the airports to protest and to say this is wrong, this is not who we are as a country, I think a lot of elected officials saw what they were in for if they acted with the president in this way, right? Like there are a lot of Americans, very vocal Americans, who will say like, we are a nation of immigrants. We allow immigrants to come here and we don't lock them up and send them back or whatever. And I think that honestly a little bit has gotten through to even Republican senators, especially to where like if they come out and they are on the side of taking children away from their families or sending people, rounding them up and sending them back home to face who knows, that's going to be a stain on their political legacy.
It's really bad optics to send children back to their countries. And also I think that in Dreamers, a lot of Americans can see either themselves or their parents or their grandparents, this gusto to work hard and, achieve your dreams and really succeed in this country. So, like, to say that we want to deport Dreamers would be saying, well, I kind of want to deport my parents.
Okay, right. So then right after he sent this